Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, Bashem Chakwadash. My name is Jacobo from Plaintables Camp, and this is a implant video for the Mark of the Beast, MOTB. All right, so we got black woman with the I got a protective hairstyle there. All right, it says the European payments landscape in 2030. Implants embedded ethics and a post-payment world. Can technology help create a more equitable future for us all? So it's about, making everything more convenient for people that have problems with money. Equitable. It's like equal, right? Fair, just. Way it takes account of seeks address existing inequalities. Yeah, everybody want to be. The system wants to make, wants to help you. The governments, the world's governments want to help you. So that's the way they're going to do it. All right. So it's 30 pages. So what I did, I just control F'd it. Control F. Let's do it again. Control F. Let's do it again. Control F. Implants. IMPL. All right. So, yet with or without influencers, many consumers, you can, let's see. All right. Still see the microchip. Get a little bigger for you. There we go. Yet with or without influencers, many consumers, it's Revelation 13:15 on down, seems surprisingly prepared to embrace unusual, even extreme methods of payments. Can y'all see that? Let me control plus 2, 3. Let's do that again. You see, I gotta move that out the way now. I gotta make you smaller. You can still see, right? All right. It's a little bigger. Some of you probably watching on your phones. All right. Embrace unusual, even extreme. So the writers of the article even believe it's extreme methods of payment. For instance, more than half, 51% of survey responders say they would consider using microchip implanted in their hand to pay, provided it hits certain criteria. If we break that down, 8%, and they would said they would be comfortable using if its privacy. It's like it if its privacy measures were watertight, 23%. If it was proven to be medically safe, and a fifth, 20%, simply said that yes, they would be comfortable using this payment method. The vast majority, 83%, think that microchip implant would make them feel like they are in a sci-fi movie. And nearly half, okay, these are jackasses. What does that even mean? And nearly half, 48%. I mean, the purpose for saying that, like, stupid. All right. But the undertone is, a lot of technology-based sci-fi movies have to do with human augmentation. And nearly 48% feel the chip would be useful if they were caught without cash or card. However, invasiveness, okay, and security issues remain major concerns. 8% It says 83% of the survey respondents feel a microchip would make them feel like they were in a sci-fi movie. Like this is like they're kind of joking, right? Let's get serious now. Come on. 8% of survey res respondents said they would be comfortable using a microchip, but only if privacy measures are watertight. Watertight, airtight. So it's beyond airtight, watertight. Oh, space tight. Anti. 20 20% of survey respondents simply said they would be comfortable using this payment method. 51% of consumers, this is basically what I just read, of consumers survey say they would consider using a microchip implanted in their hand to pay. All right. So remember, this is the sample pool. And if they interviewed 1,000 people, then it would be that would be the different percentages. All right. Implants. Hit again. Let me finish the word so we won't get any misspelled words. All right. So I did the video on this years ago, and I did an update on this exact BBC article here, bbc.com, the microchip implant that lets you pay with your hand. And the link I clicked on, where was it? Was this right here. For many of us, it says, but the 2021 survey, more than 4,000 people. Okay, 4,000 people. Apologies. Uh, across the UK and European Union found that 51% would consider it. And I clicked on that, and it's popped up as PDF. All right. So what's the name of it? The European payments landscape in 2030. So they're saying by 2030 they're going to have this stuff together. All right, that's what they're trying to say. So let's go get the control F. We put implant in, we're going to tap enter. All right, first time it shows, or second time. As digital payments become increasingly, y'all know the scriptures already. All right, ubiquitous. All right. Everywhere, right? Present, appearing, found everywhere. Yeah. The variety of ways we can pay for goods and services electronically are evolving and multiplying. So, how will this progress in the next 10 years? Cryptocurrencies, biometrics, implants, and machine-driven payments are all debated at length in the media, but how much of this is hyperbole or hyperbole? Tap enter again. Enter. So this is where we got two here. So it's 3 of 6. And we've read this already. All right, so it starts over. Okay, implants. Microchips. Let's try microchips. Same amount of times. A little bit more times. And they're probably right next to implant. Now, this is a faster way to go to an article. Or you can just download the article and put it in your favorite AI application and get it to tell you where the words show up, and give a summary on what it's talking about. Use technology to your advantage, even though the technology was created for evil. There are peripherals. That's what Esau intended. It's going for evil. Oh, this little chart here. Again, y'all know the scriptures: Revelation 13, 15 on down. Saragma in the Greek. Rex. You go farther into the word, then you got high size stigma. 666. He's hides it in his products and his codes and algorithms and etc. Contactless card. All right, let's look at the heading. Have you used any of the following technologies while making payments? 18 to 24 years old. So I don't know what the sample pool is. Is that the same sample pool? 4,000 people? Okay, so we got contactless card. You probably can't see that. Contactless card, 60% in green. 18 to 24. So 60%. Contactless card, 22%, 10%, 4%, 4%. So 60% use contactless cards and 22. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm not sure how to read this chart. Okay, down here, yes, sometimes no, but I would like to. No, but I want to. And I want to. Don't know. All right, you're an idiot. You don't know. Contactless card. Four, you don't know. The contactless card has a chip in it. All right, let's go face scan. See, I used to have this on. I took it off for most of the stuff, like to get into my phone. I took the face scan off. All right. Voice recognition. Green, yes, regularly. All right, so dark green is yes, regularly. All right. Smart devices, in-app payments, QR code scanning, mobile wallets, smart speakers, in-game currency, smart fridge, just walk out shops or less. Amazon has that. Yep, Amazon Go. A card app that lets you use multiple payment cards, like Curve. That helps you prevent, the skimmer thing. Well, I don't think it prevents it actually, but it reduces contactless card. Well, no, because it still lets you copies the information, even if you touch it. Touch it. If you scan it, it goes through the skimmer first, and then it goes to the actual machine, the gas pump or the terminal inside. So it still gets the information, but it doesn't copy the magnet strip. But it just copies the chip instead. That's my understanding. So it passes through the skimmer and then goes to the actual business's device to take your payment. So when it passes through the skimmer first, it takes your copies your information. All right. So again, have you used the following? So what they're trying to say is that yes, regularly, most people whom they interviewed, and I'm assuming this is the 4,000 people. I know it's chart up there, but which we're not going to read. Um, most is that most? Yeah, no, we got 31% there, but most of the rest of we got 33% there, and about 32% there, 23%, 24. I'm gonna say most said yes regularly to using some type of electronic payment system or exchange system that's of some type of value, or with we have voice recognition there too. All right. Well, you can just focus on one. You have contactless cards, which is overwhelming 60%. So there you have it. This is something serious that the elite, the world governments will implement. They're going to tell them your government, your local government, to implement these systems, and that's going to be the new method of payment. The new the new medium of exchange for goods and services. All right. So I'm gonna take an American. What's the American survey? Because the Europeans, they do experiments over there first. They do experiments in the United States too. So uh, either way, it's going to eventually get here in mass. Either some benefit, some great benefit, or there's going to be some catastrophe, or both. Or the catastrophe could make the benefit, or the benefit just they can just offer it. People are going to take it. They already building up a bunch of hype around it. Where we at? Build up a bunch of hype, build up a bunch of conveniences, benefits, bonuses. People like bonuses. So eventually the United States is going to get there, just like the so-called Europeans. All right. Anything else? I'll just flash the Charagma. All right. G5480 Charagma. This is the implantable microchip. All right. That's the mark. This is probably the best one if I had to choose one. I would choose that one. Although don't misunderstand what Antichrist mean. This is not a singular thing. This is plural. All right. You don't have to put an S on the end. All right. And you got to be a prophet to interpret it too, or one of the elect. So it doesn't have to have an S on it. All right, charagma. We scratch etching. So this thing is cut as a badge of servitude. All right, which is saying the same thing as here. Marked, branded on horses, carved sculpture, so we know it's cutting into the flesh. And what the prophecy is, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, is Revelation 13:16, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might or buy or sell, save or accept he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. It's talking about the same thing. It's talking about the implantable microchip. All right. So it's talking about the mark of the beast. And we call it the mark of the beast because in the 15th verse it says, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast. That's why we call it the mark of the beast. All right. That the image of the beast should both speak. All right. Now, an image is a representation of the will of the powers that be. All right. Again, the mark of the beast is a representation of the will of the powers that be. And what is their will? The will is to have every person on earth as their slave. That's how they get ultimate power. All right. Total domination of all resources, a human resource. All right. That the image of the beast should both speak. This is why we call it the mark of the beast. All right. And how is it speaking? Because you're obeying. All right. You're obeying. You have the signature implanted in your body. Should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small. That's the penalty. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. You already know the rest. Let's look at the word understand. Nous. I think it's pronounced that nous. Nous. The mind comprising like faculties of perceiving and understanding and those of feeling, judgment, determining, intellectual faculty, intellectual, intelligent, choosing, reason, capacity for spiritual truth, power of considering and judging soberly. All right. The other camps ain't gonna go in these words like our apostles and elders do. All right. He that hath understanding, woman, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is number of a man, and his number is 603 score and six. But this is the number that John saw. All right. G55 16. Psi stigma. All right. Three. That's an opinion of blue letter here. The last part. Yes. No. Allow. Well, this is the body. 600. Well, I already told you what it means. All right. Yeah. Where's red at? Red, orange, yellow, green. Yeah. Oh, that red. Oh, red's up top. Separate it from the rest. Okay, that's what it means. Yep. And so that is it. The agenda, 2030 could be a date. That could be a date. And we're less than 4 years away. So what Esau's doing, nothing in politics happens by an accident. The Venezuela thing, the Russia, Ukraine thing, the Israeli Palestinian thing, this is all planned. They've been planning itself out. They're bringing in a new system. And if we got to be there, we may have to be there 2030. Yeah. That's one of the dates I've been hearing, 2030, 2035. the green thing, but now no. Apparently, we only have 50 years left of oil. Apparently, that's what Esau say. Theoretically, 40 to 50 years left of petroleum, crude oil. So I don't think we're gonna be here 50 years though, because I'll be deceased probably, um, in the spirit world, alive, but yeah, I'll be 80. So, and our apostles have been long past. But so 50 years is different, barometers you could use to gauge like what time we're in. The oil thing, which is a theoretical 40 to 50 years left of oil. These different agendas, the 2030s, the 2020s, the 2035s. We know it's around these time periods, okay, from now to 2035. Seems reasonable. All right. But the oil being consumed in 40, 50 years, I can't see that far, the system lasting this far, especially with the technology ramping up and the things that are going on right now. I say that's more reasonable between, now and 2035 seems to be the dates based upon what the elite are saying. And they put it in their publications. They're like this. This is put out by their elite. Their underlings put it out, but they were told to put that specific date you see on the screen. That's an agenda. That's one of the wills of the elite. 2030. So nothing in politics happens by an accident. Dates they put out, numbers they use. All right, so yeah, between now and 2030, now and 2035, that seems reasonable based upon what they're talking about, and definitely not in 20 in 40 to 50 years. I can't see that. 2030 seems like an actual reasonable date, but as always, we're in the Lord's timetable, not Esau's. So if Yahweh Shai tell them to push it, they got to push it up.